In the world of being a commercial manager, Gareth, oftentimes handling objections is one of the really challenging parts of any relationship and any given meeting. What's your experience of how the really successful commercial managers handle this process?
Well, I guess there's two elements to it. There's how you actually handle it if they come up, and that's a topic for another day. But I think there's also something around preparing for them, and that's going to help you handle them. But unfortunately, one of the things that we find is that commercial managers are often very upbeat, optimistic people. They want to get stuff done. They tend to look at the real positives about that, and unfortunately, the bit that often gets missed and overlooked is just prepping and thinking about why the customer might actually say no. And I think there are lots of benefits for doing that.
And it is interesting, isn't it? Because very often the very fact that the customer is going to have an objection, we don't want to explore it. We're frightened to open that box, if you will. But the fact is, the objection still exists. From all of the experience that you've had, Gareth, what are the kind of objections that come up most regularly?
Well, I guess this links back to the prep piece, because when I ask people about the common things that come up as reasons for their customers to say no to their proposals, very quickly the answers come back, and I'm talking minutes. And also, if you get a group to do that exercise, the amount of common themes comes through time and again. So I've asked that question to groups in multiple industries, across countries, different cultures, and the answers are really incredibly consistent, give or take some industry jargon. And I think actually, if you condensed it all down, there's really a remarkably small group of reasons that often come up as to why customers might say no. Perhaps about somewhere between 7 or 10 key themes.
And so very few unique ones, although admittedly there may be unique ones given any given scenario or market or whatever it might be. So therefore, given that there are a few things only, what can you do as far as preparation is concerned?
Yeah, well, first things first, I think they identify what those key themes are. So, often there's something around money, commercials. There's maybe something about I haven't got time, something that doesn't fit with my strategy, or it won't work, or I've got an existing supply. These are all things that you can prepare for in advance. And it's a common fact that you could easily pull those themes together, so you don't have to do that, start from scratch every time you're thinking about it. And then it's like filtering your proposition through those reasons that the customer might say no, so that you're not surprised, and therefore you can react positively rather than react badly. And I think the most important thing is you can plan for some of those no's by creating better questions that highlight some of those issues, so you're not scared of confronting them. And also, you can prepare for them in your proposals, so that it's actually really super smart behavior. And I don't think it's negative to think about why your customer might say no. I'd argue it's incredibly proactive, because therefore you're showing your customer some confidence that you can handle some of those issues and you're prepared to talk about them.
So as ever, the common theme here is a good quality preparation, but specifically here, it's almost like acknowledging and embracing the fact that there may well be objections and making sure that's a core part of your preparation.